spreading the news.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
New York, I love you. I love New York.
Rose trying to get open, fires away. Bang! It's over! The Bulls win at the buzzer! Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James! LeBron James with a rejection. Puts up the three. Won't go. Rebound box. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang!
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of Off the Ball Podcast with me, your host, Chris LeBron. We got some major breaking news on this luxurious morning in New York. Giannis has officially axed out, and he was looking for a new home. Per Shams Charania of ESPN, the Milwaukee Bucks have started listening to offers for 9-time All-Star Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is ready to be dealt to a new team. And Antetokounmpo is reportedly open to being moved by the in-season February 5th trade deadline, but is also receptive to a departure this offseason. So the move is imminent. It's going to happen, whether it's by the deadline. Now, obviously, he was injured and he's out 4 to 6 weeks, but that probably is not going to stop anyone from trying to pursue to get Giannis. I recently talked with my guy Mo, and we talked about it on his pod last night, and we talked about, like, do you see something happening with Giannis? Do you think a move is imminent? And I was like, I thought maybe that the offseason was more likely for my New York Knicks. I thought that was maybe the best case, that would happen. But it seems like he really wants out, and it was inevitable. Like, if you're in Milwaukee, like, you keep trying to put a Band-Aid on the situation, and it just never was going to be fixed. Like, there was the rumors of maybe getting, Ja Morant on the team or pursuing a Ja Morant trade. I just never thought that was an actual good fit potentially for Milwaukee. And, like, why you keep trying to put a Band-Aid on a neck wound, right in the jugular. Like, it's just not going to be fixed. And eventually you just got to have a come to Jesus moment, be like, hey, nothing we're doing is working. Absolutely nothing we're doing is working. So how do we fix this? And I think they probably just went to Giannis and be like, hey, man, what do we got to do to make the situation better? And where do you want to go? I just think for Giannis, he's a legacy player. And what I mean by legacy player is he's a guy that people are going to count his rings, right? He has one, and that's tremendous. But there's levels to this. And if he wants to be considered one of the greatest of all time, if he wants to be in the MJ, LeBron, Kobe, Kareem categories, you got to win multiple. And he sees, I think he's 30 years old right now, so he sees that, I want to win multiple championships, not just one. And that's where we're at. And it's if you're a Milwaukee fan or the organization, this is definitely a sad time, because this was a guy that you homegrown talent. Like, you molded him, you built him from a piece of clay, and you made him into a 2-time NBA MVP, a defensive player of the year, but 10-time All-Star, all the stuff. And now the one thing you worried about is coming into fruition. And now you have to really figure out, okay, what's the deal we take? Because obviously you can get a bunch of offers from some bad teams, but I don't think you want to do Giannis wrong and send them to Sacramento. You want to send them somewhere because he's done good to you. You've done good to him, so you have to come and compromise, and I think send him somewhere where he, is going to want to be. It may not be the trade package you want, but it's something you're going to have to do if you want to, show the respect that Giannis has done because he's done great things for your organization and put you on the map. But it's going to suck because it's going to be a financial hit. Like you're losing your star, and I don't know if it's going to be the levels to like where LeBron left Cleveland, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to because no matter who you get in return, whatever trade, draft picks or young players, it's just never. They're not going to be Giannis. Giannis is something that he's a generational player, and the writing's on the wall, and it looks like he will be moved, whether it's by the deadline or whether it's in the offseason. It's going to happen. So tough times if you're a fan of the Bucks or Buck organization. But now, who's in the running to get Giannis? Obviously, the Knicks are going to be in it. Whether that trade is centered around Karl Anthony Towns or OG. We'll see what happens with that. They said they've been aggressive offers, so there's obviously teams there. I don't know if it's a bidding war, but things are happening. Things are happening. Miami probably would be in it. I wonder if the Spurs are going to be in it. I wonder if the Spurs are willing to deal one of their youngins, whether it's Castle or Dylan. That's probably the best. If you're the Bucks and you're just looking for the actual best deal possible, San Antonio is probably the one team that gives you the best, assets in return. As far as getting maybe a young player or two and some draft capital, that's probably the best situation. And, for Giannis, the San Antonio Spurs have the second best record in the Western Conference, and the team above them, they've beat 3 times already. So, that's a spot I'm sure Giannis is looking into. I say this, the Lakers, you got to watch out for the Lakers, man. You got to watch out for the Lakers because they could be sneaky, man. We didn't think they were going to get Luka Doncic, and they got Luka Doncic. And they're trying to and they also have to worry about keeping Luka Doncic. Mike Seth, I'm on TikTok live too. Are the Bucks trading Giannis? Yes, they're most likely going to trade Giannis. Brunson, yeah, they're going to trade Giannis. But it's a situation, the Lakers are very interesting. Do they pair Luka with Giannis and have the next 3 to 5 years with those two as they figure out life after LeBron? Because I think most likely LeBron James won't be a Laker after this year. Now, I don't think he's going to retire. I mean, I've been saying he's going to retire for the last 3 years. I thought this was it this year. Doesn't seem that way because obviously he could still play at a very high level. But I think his time with the Lakers is probably done. Prediction, where Mike Seth to prediction. I'm also on TikTok live. Also follow me there. Prediction. My heart says New York. But the Lakers, for some reason, I feel like something that is there with the Lakers. I don't know how they get it done, but I would not be surprised if the Lakers swoop in and pair him. It's Luka and Giannis. So that's why I think if you are the New York Knicks, you have to try to make a deal now. I don't think you can wait to the offseason to do something. I think you gotta. It's kind of what the Melo situation. Like everyone says, oh, we could have waited for Melo in the offseason, but there was no guarantee that if you wait to the offseason that Melo would have definitely came. Like I know people have said, but there's no guarantee. Paul George was supposedly, the Lakers waited for him for the offseason, and he was going to be a Laker. He wanted to be a Laker, and then the Clippers swoop in, and he's a LA Clipper. So sometimes you got to pull the trigger now. D Nice. I hope Giannis goes to the Lakers. That's a that's a big possibility. I think the Lakers are a super dark horse, super dark horse. He's a Spur basketball beast with him. The Spurs give the best trade offer. I mean, the Spurs have the best package with the young guys and stuff. Uh, he's not a Laker. I'm a Lakers fan. Listen, you never know, bro. You don't think they want to keep Luka there long term? You know, I think that's the case. I think I would not be shocked. My guy Lee, what up, Lee? Got to get you on the pod soon, brother. Lee knows his stuff. Shout out to my guy Lee. But and then this idiot here, this one of the worst podcasters in modern day podcasting right here. Absolute terrible podcaster. Yeah, horrible. I'm gonna block him. Such a loser. He's probably from Canada. Canadians are people who are just not good people. But yeah, I think the Lakers, man. Look, going back to this, I think the Lakers have a chance, man. I really think the Lakers have a shot. I would not be surprised. Miami's in it too. I tend to wonder, with all the players that have left Miami and the way they left, if Giannis is cool with that, if Pat Riley be cool with, Thanasis and Alex and all these guys coming in potentially. Daxter led vlogs. Giannis be traded and will be moving new home. Yeah, he's going to be traded, whether it's by the deadline or by the offseason. It seems like it's inevitable. So yeah, Shams reporting that Giannis has asked for a new home, and we'll see if that's the case. If he does end up, being a member of a new basketball team, and it's going to feel weird, but it's inevitable. I mean, they have the 8th worst record in the league right now. They're the 11th seed. They're the 11th seed in the Eastern Conference, a down Eastern Conference this year. A down Eastern Conference, and they're still the 11th seed. They're not even in the play-in situation. So that's how you know things are bad when you have a guy of that caliber. And he's missed some time, and I know he's not even eligible to win any awards. I know he made the All-Star team, but he can't win any major awards. He can't be All NBA because of the 65 game rule. So it's tough. It's tough to be a fan. It's tough to be a fan right now of the Bucks. But where does he go? That's the $1 million question. Where does he go? Obviously, like I said, I mentioned the Knicks are going to be in it. Obviously, they've tried to talk, with the Milwaukee and try to get him in, in the offseason. I think for the Knicks, I think for the Bucks, they want. I think if it's a Bucks Knicks trade, you got to add a third team just so you can get some compensation. They want picks. I don't think we could trade any picks starting from 2030. I think we could trade the Washington pick that's top 8 protected. Now, the Wizards are pretty bad. So, that's just going to keep conveying. So I don't know if that's attractive to Milwaukee. I mean, you never know, but I don't think the Knicks can start trading picks till 2030 or something like that. I mean, you could do swaps and stuff, but Knicks are kind of limited. The Warriors too are interesting. That could be it. I mean, James Hawthorne, Warriors, yeah, the Warriors too. I mean, they're always going to keep trying to take advantage of Steph's. Steph's still playing at a tremendously high level. So they're gonna keep trying, especially with the Jimmy injury. Maybe they can Knicks lock. Yeah, I think the Knicks one. Derpy 50 first two. He ain't going to the Knicks. I think they're in it. I'm not saying he's definitely gonna go. I would love for him to be in New York, but there's no guarantee he goes. So, I don't know if he goes, but that they're definitely in the running. It's dumb. I think Miami's in it. I think, but the Warriors are in it. I think the Lakers are in it. The Spurs have the best trade package to get him. Now, whether they're going to actually do it, I don't know, but because they're doing really good without him right now. But if they do get him, man, Knicks money line tonight versus Raptors. Someone's asked me about the money line for the Knicks Raptors. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take the Knicks money line. Why not? But yeah, there's going to be. Are there any dark horse teams potentially? I mean, dark horse, maybe the Pistons as a dark horse. Pistons as a dark horse team, potentially, maybe. They definitely need another score. And if you pair Cade and Giannis, that's like Luca and Giannis. That could be a tremendous 1-2 punch for the next 5 years. You still got all those guys in their prime. And as crazy as this sounds, and this is me talking as a Knicks fan, the fit within him in New York will be interesting. I don't know if it's an ideal fit for Giannis. Now, if you're the Knicks, I think you go after him because I don't think presently constructed that the Knicks can win a championship. Can they get to the NBA Finals? I believe so. I think they have a chance to go to the finals, even though what they've struggled. And listen, they won their last 3, and the defense has definitely picked up a notch. But I still think they couldn't get to the NBA Finals. I mean, I think the East is still wide open, and I think if we play our best basketball, we are still one of the top teams in the East. Top 2 teams in the East. Obviously, Boston's come along. Jaylen Brown's playing at all NBA level, and there's a outside chance Jason Tatum comes back. But I think if you're Leon and company, and I know we're going to talk, people are going to mention, Mikal Bridges getting traded for all those picks. And listen, I would not have done that move. I think that was that was a little reckless. They paid a massive, tax trading with the team, not just in the division, but, I don't even know the mile distance between, Barclays and the Garden. It's not a lot, so you're trading a team. It's in your same town, so you paid a little extra. I don't know if I would have done that, but it's done. It's nothing you can do about it. But if Giannis wants to be here, I think you gotta, they're gonna try to make it happen. Whether that's, like I said, whether it's centered around an OG, OG Deuce, Tyler, Pacome, the Washington protected pick, and then you do a bunch of the later the available picks you can offer, and then some swaps, or you try to do as close as a 1-for-1 with. Would the Bucks just want some picks and cat? That's the thing. I think it's difficult. That's why I think if the Knicks get involved, it's a third team getting involved also. So there's a lot of interesting things. With the Knicks that they could do. I think they should go after Giannis. They will go after Giannis. Will they get him? Who knows? But it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens in the next coming day. How quick does it happen? Is this something that happens relatively quick? Do we actually have to wait, till next week? Because I just thought about the February 5th is the day after my birthday. That's the deadline. That's literally next week. So that's next Thursday. So if something happens, it could happen today. It can happen tomorrow. Or the off season. Something tells me something's going to happen now. By the deadline. I think something happens. Like I said, this last night, I would have said maybe if it is the Knicks, maybe the off season, but I think teams are going to try to get him now. I don't think you want to wait to the off season because a lot of things can transpire between now and the off season. So I think something happens within the next few days. We'll see, but big time news that Giannis has asked to be moved. Obviously, he's dealing with the injury, but I don't think anyone really cares. It is the Cavs, so it's a little worrisome. That's why I was kind of hesitant. Like maybe teams might wait till the offseason because we know calf sleeps, and he's had multiple. I think he's like his 5th calf injury, recently, and calves lead to Achilles, and then who wants a damaged Giannis for who will be out potentially for a year and a half. You don't want to do that. So we'll see what happens. Big time news, breaking news that Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to ask for a trade. Where will he go? Let me know in the comments because this is massive news. Trade deadline is February 5th. So we got a weekish till the deadline. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be an absolute madness this next week in the world of the National Basketball Association. So on that note, quick show. Just want to talk about that. Be well, be safe, take care. Peace out, guys.
Start spreading the news.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
New York, I love you. I love New York.